Okay, so this is the Path of a Doctor video. Okay, so in this video I want to talk about the Path of a Doctor and how does someone become a doctor in the United States. So I've kind of made this video before, but I'm going to try to shoot it again. So for the Path of a Doctor video, so I want to give a timeline of how this all works out. And so this path really starts when someone is in high school. So someone's in high school. High school lasts 4 years, generally in the United States. And then the general roadmap is you go to high school, then you'll go to college. After college is medical school. This is for United States MD. And then after medical school, there's residency. Then you will be an attending. This is when you'd be considered a real doctor. But someone may also go for a fellowship as well. And I'll talk about these more at the end. So now that I've talked about the general steps, of the path of a doctor from high school, college, med school, residency, let's talk about the timeline. So high school, 4 years. And so people generally graduate high school at 18 years old. We'll put age on this axis. College, ideally, is 4 years. So again, if we're keeping track, that would be 22. Medical school is also 4 years. And this is in general, if you keep on path. So that would put someone at 26 years old when they start residency. Now residencies range, but I'm going to give a range of 3 to 7 years. 7 years being neurosurgery, 3 years being primary care and specific residencies, but 3 to 7 years. So if we take a 3-year track, that would be at 29 years. If we take a 7-year track, that would be at 30. Now, after a doctor finishes residency, they have several options. So if you go into family medicine, emergency medicine, you graduate, you're good to go for emergency medicine. And then you could be an attending. But after residency, you would take your board exams and you're ready to go. You're a doctor, you can practice without supervision. Or some people will go to fellowship or specialize. And so specialists, kind of a general path, is you go from internal medicine and you go to something like cardiology, for example, which are the heart doctors. So if you want to be a cardiologist, you do 3 years of internal medicine, 3 years of cardiology, if you want more training, and on and on. So fellowship is more training after residency. And fellowships can last 1 to 3 years, but people can do multiple of them as well. And so it gets more convoluted over here. But you are a doctor. In fact, after you graduate from medical school and in residency, physicians are called doctors, but they have not passed their board exam. After your residency, you will have your board certification. Now, you may be board certified in internal medicine, but you may not be board certified in cardiology because you're a cardiology fellow. Board certification. Okay, now that we've talked about those steps and the years and the time it takes, the last thing I want to talk about is exams. So in high school, after you graduate from high school and you're working on finishing that up, you're going to want to take the SAT or the ACT. Then in college, people will take the MCAT. In medical school, there are actually 3. So you'll take step 1 and step 2. And these are components of the USMLE, the United States Medical Licensing Exam. And this is a test made by the NBME, the National Board of Medical Examiners. And then step 3 is taken after your first year of residency. And your first year of residency is called your intern year, and that happens in residency. Now, granted, when you graduate from medical school, which is here, you are a doctor. You work as a doctor, but this is still your, I think of residency as on-the-job training. And then at last, like I said, you have your board certification phase. So that's kind of the general phases that I wanted to discuss on the path of a doctor, the length. And for those curious, as of 2025, I am right here. I'm about to start my rotations in my third year of medical school, but I have passed step 1. So that's a big step. So after my third year of medical school, I will take step 2. And so that is kind of the path of a doctor and where I am at on that path. I hope this was helpful and entertaining. Thank you for watching.